Glasgow isn't a city I usually come to for a walk, but today I'm doing something I've somehow never done before. Starting in the heart of the city, I'm following the River Clyde Walkway to Glasgow Green to see if Glasgow's riverside can surprise me. Once I reach Glasgow Green, I'll explore one of Scotland's oldest public parks, visit some of its best known sites and see whether it's worth the walk from the city centre. But can I pick one highlight of the entire walk? Or do I simply enjoy everything? How's that for a bit of civil engineering? Very nice. Yeah, so welcome to the Clydeside Walkway. That big bridge behind me is the main railway bridge into Glasgow Central, where I've just arrived. I'm just going to duck under the very low Glasgow Bridge here. And I'm walking along here towards Glasgow Green, which is a big green park in the city. And I've never walked by the Clydeside before. All the jolly jaunts I've done to Glasgow over the past 40 years and I've never walked along the side of the Clyde. Actually some cracking big buildings. Glasgow's an old industrial city, but what that gives you is a lot of cracking old buildings. At that old suspension bridge. Loads of graffiti down here. As I've said before, as long as it's artwork, I don't mind. I can imagine having one of those wee flats just looking out onto the Clyde. Nice wee balcony, eh? Wouldn't say no to that. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Glasgow, I would still quite like that. I like the quiet life too much these days. A cracking view of that bridge there, suspension bridge, with a train crossing and the one behind it. Look at that lovely church. That big glass structure is the St Enoch shopping centre. I've been in many a time. I say, never come down here, but there's even more cracking big flats. I wonder if these are shady. It's the trouble with Glasgow, you don't know what you're getting as neighbours in the big city. There was lovely flats built around Morrison Street years ago, and I've heard terrible things about them. But then, look up there, see all these lovely flowers.
Chyba, że rzeczywiście to jest...
Pretty sure I've walked that bridge to Hampden before. Spend about an hour walking down there to go and see the football. Picked that bridge or one further up. See, one thing I've seen when I was looking for walks up here is there's a mural trail, because there's about 15 murals on the walls in Glasgow, so I suspect that might be one of them. So that could be a walk for another day. Just get a good look at this building. An architectural firm inside an old fancy building. There's a surprise. That's a job I'd like to have done if I was smart enough. I thought that, there was a Pegasus horses, winged horses at the top. Cracking building. Unfortunately, somebody's graffitied the front of it. But look at that. What a building. So a good reason for coming up to Glasgow is to see some of the old buildings. And if you'd like to see more urban walks like this, let me know in the comments. I generally prefer quieter places, but I can stretch to urban places if you like. It smells of flowers here. If you don't want to walk, you can get the sightseeing bus, which I've done once before when I had relatives visiting from Chicago. Takes you all around the city, West End, East End, city centre. Good 15-mile walk otherwise. People's Palace is a lovely museum, but I think it's closed for refurbishment. I'm going to investigate. Lovely old fountain over there. Go and have a look at that. Oh, nice here in the shade of the trees. It's very warm today. One thing you notice about fountains in Scotland, they're never switched on these days. Don't know why. It's a shame really. Ah, there we go. Erected by temperance reformers in recognition of valuable services rendered to the temperance cause by Sir William Collins, Lord Provost of the City of Glasgow, 1877 to 80. The temperance cause, I'm guessing that's alcohol related. It was a temperance movement, people that decided to abstain from taking alcohol. I think it might be, but I need to double check that. It's no bad thing when you consider how steaming people in Scotland like to get, as the good people of Boston found out a few weeks ago at the World Cup. Luckily those lot were well behaved. Oh, now there's another nice bridge that I've just not managed to film. I need to go down to the bank there and see if I can get an image of it. Can you get, is there a walkway down here? Yes there is. Good, good. Oh no there isn't, it's just a bit of grass. I'm going down here anyway, try and film this bridge. It's another crackery of a bridge, isn't it? Danger, 4 metre drop, you don't say. What's that there? Is that a freight bridge or something? That looks like a crane for lifting stuff across. No traffic on it, no people on it. Quite know the purpose of that. Be curious to find out. Somebody's been enjoying drinks at this weird tree. Definitely no traffic. That's a weird one. Because there's nothing at the other end, it's just that building. So, I don't know what it's craning heavy goods to. Some nice buildings here, although I wouldn't want to live in those high flats. Not a fan of high flats. Look at that. What would you call that? Georgian? Looks kind of Georgian style. Any architects, feel free to correct me. The boat house that's called, so I'm guessing that's a lifeguard station. Or maybe it's just a hobbyist place, people to go out in boats. You can see canoes and stuff. I don't think lifeguards are rescuing people in canoes. Where is the People's Palace? I've only been to it once, that must be over there. I see a big building with a glass top on it. But like I say, I'm pretty sure it's closed for refurbishment. I'll try and walk past it anyway. There's also that big monument there, which I don't know if the loop I'm going to take around the park will take me past this again, so I'm going to go up to it, but it's absolutely huge. From a distance it says Aboukir, Aboukir, whatever that is. It's a hell of a tall monument, isn't it? Look at that. With the People's Palace in the background. It's not a bad view, is it? Go and get a wee gander at it. I doubt you get a sense of scale through a wee action camera, but obviously as that black fence itself is taller than me. That's about 6.5, 7 feet tall. And if you look up, it's a long way up. Long way up. Yeah, so it says Aboukir August with some Roman numerals after it. So I don't know what those Roman numerals add up to. Something. Do you know, I hate to say it, but as well as my Stone Roses concert that I came to here, I've only ever been in this park once before when I came a walk with a friend years ago. And I seem to recall we just walked directly to the People's Palace, so I haven't really explored it. But that's what I'm going to do today. And also, as I have also said before, the good thing about taking a camera out to film, even if it's just a wee hobby and doesn't make me any money, is it kind of forces me to explore new places that I wouldn't otherwise go to. If I was just sitting there thinking, what am I going to do today? At my wildest dreams would I say to myself, I think I'm going to get the train away up to Glasgow and wander down to Glasgow Green. I just wouldn't do it. But when you've got a purpose, camera in hand, it kind of motivates you to go on that wee bit of exploration. And speaking of exploration, it looks like there's a cracking viewpoint down there with another one of those murals in the background. Although I'm not sure who those murals are of. I see a fella on the left with a grey beard and some tartan behind him. And a woman on the right enjoying a bit of flower power. Don't know who they are. Yeah, don't crap on me, seagulls. I wouldn't want to fall in that murky water. But you see those murals just across here? On the side of little old industrial tanks. Weird. This is such a pleasant walkabout, this park. I recommend you come and visit it if you're in Glasgow. And you might be wanting to hit the pubs and stuff, but this bit of green space is so pleasant. I'll definitely need to come back myself sometime, do more exploration of Glasgow in future videos.
So if you're not watching a Celtics or a Rangers game.
It's another lovely bridge. Where's that across there? Is that Govan Hill, or the Gorbals maybe? Which I think is meant to have been rejuvenated a bit since I was a boy. It was considered a bit of a hellhole. So I think further up here, according to the map, there's a big bulge around to the right where the path follows the river. Or you can just cut straight through one part of the park and up the other end. And I would rather follow the river, but no, I think it's closed off here, but I think you can turn right further up and follow that bend round. So I would assume it takes you around past this bridge behind those trees and then come back up the middle towards the People's Palace. You can also go up the right side as well, but I think that's on a main road, so I'll just avoid that. Sheriff Court, Glasgow Green Hockey Centre, Women's Library, Bridgeton Cross, the Cunningar Loop. I don't know what the Cunningar Loop is. Just want to check out another day. I'm guessing maybe the Cunningar Loop is the loop I'm about to go on. But according to that sign, it was an hour long, and I'm pretty sure it's not an hour that I'll be walking for down here. Hope it isn't. Got other plans for today. Plan to bring you more videos from Glasgow and split them up into sections. But if I have to walk for an hour around this loop, I'll be knackered. There you go, that's the first sign I've seen that tells you where we are. The River Clyde Walkway. I haven't spotted another one anywhere. Right, we're going to walk up around here anyway. Might as well explore some more. So no, I was going to come up here at the weekend, and I thought, nah, I want it to be a wee bit quieter. I'll put any money on it, this place would have been absolutely mobbed on Saturday and Sunday. So I'm out here on a Monday morning. Lifebelt position, yellow gate. Aye, well, I come down here to walk by the river, but I don't have any river views because you've got all this overgrowth. So I wonder if I'm wasting my time coming down this way. Slightly better view here, but still overgrowth. Bit of housing behind those trees, that's about it. Not much to see. At least I'm getting the nice shade of the trees. Cool me down a bit. Lovely. And don't trip over the roots. Aye, those flats across there will have nice views of the park. Now I can go up this path to that road there, but I think it takes you into a sports centre, a hockey centre. I see on the map there's loads of pitches and stuff. So I don't know if it's a dead end at the end of the road, so I'm going to just follow this path around and find a route that circumvents that place. And I'll just take a quick shortcut up this grassy hill, save me meandering away round. But you know what I've noticed? This walkway goes all the way along there, right towards the east end even further. So that could be a jolly jaunt for another day. Maybe need to see what there is down that direction. I'm going to cut right down past the end of the sports centre here and keep away from traffic. So we've got down there McFunn's Park, Daisy Green Football Centre, Children's Play Village, People's Palace and something that's wiped off, and the Winter Garden. So that there is called the Time Spiral, which is just a spiral of rocks. I wonder if there's one of these, what do you call them? Sundials. I wonder if there's a sundial in the centre. That's why it's called a time spiral. Don't know. That's all these football pitches. I wonder if these are even used. It's not going to be used on a Monday morning. I would hope at the weekend that they would be full. The Glasgow Green Football Centre. There are these weird glass tiles, glass bricks even, they're no tiles. Very 60s. Even the windows at the front there, look at that. Kind of weird looking. Does Glasgow get rental bikes now? Those look like rental bikes. I just sold my old mountain bike a few days ago there because I can't really ride it anymore. Between my gammy toe and just getting a bit too old and knackered and unsteady to ride the streets. But I wouldn't say no to a nice electric bike that doesn't take much effort to get up hills. I couldn't get up hills anymore. Old git that I am. Right, so this long shaded walk through the trees should take me up towards the People's Palace, I think. Hello, pal. You followed me a wee dog. Hello there, fella. There's the People's Palace poking out the side of the trees in the sunlight there. I've kind of already got a view from the front because there's a big monument over there that I went to visit. So I think I'm going to walk around the back of it, if I can. Around the side, get a closer look. It's all fenced off for the refurbishment, that's a shame. I would like to have got in there. Sure it'll be nice when it's done. I was in here years ago, there was Billy Connolly memorabilia in here. I think it had these big banana feet in here. Which is a pair of comedy shoes he wore shaped like bananas many years ago. I seem to remember there was some good socialist memorabilia in here as well, dating back 100 years. Red sandstone, as usual. Pretty much standard for Scottish buildings, isn't it? Red sandstone. Same brickwork that you'll see in the Kelvin Hall and the Kelvin Grove Art Gallery and a lot of housing. It's beautiful though. What a cracking old building. Look at this fountain as well. Wow. It's no bad, is it? This fountain is called the Dalton Fountain. It's very nice. But no water in it. As it with Glasgow and the lack of water in the fountains. Glasgow Green Renewal, Dalton Fountain. This plaque was unveiled by blah 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 blah, don't care. 2005 to celebrate the successful relocation and restoration of the Dalton Fountain. This terracotta fountain is the largest and best example of its kind remaining in the world. It's a bold claim. Of its kind, what, terracotta or something else? It's a nice fountain, right enough. Give it credit. Just needs water. And there's one of these Scotty dugs. I'm guessing these must be getting put out for the Commonwealth Games, but I could be wrong. The Commonwealth Games must start soon. Is that what it's for? I don't know. Maybe there's a plaque at the other side. No, it's no. Scotty's in the city. So it's got absolutely nothing to do with the Commonwealth Games, it's just alright, it's about advertising for Tunnocks who make tea cakes. Although caramel logs is our best treat. Weird one for Tunnocks to do that. Right, what a spectacular place to finish a walk, right here in front of the People's Palace in Glasgow. I've really enjoyed this walk today, I hope you have too. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next video. Cheerio now.